Well, you know the names: Ronaldo, Messi, Beckham, all those big names. You've seen the goals and the World Cup heroics, and what they all have in common is that at one point all these international stars played youth soccer. Joining us today with exciting news on an international tournament bringing together the best youth soccer players in the world and with insights on how to grow player development in the U.S. are Charlie Silitano, Executive Chairman Relevant, and John Harkes, two-time FIFA World Cup team member with USA. Thanks for joining us, guys. All right, so Charlie, how is this tournament you're organizing helping to build the next generation of soccer stars?
The International Champions Cup Futures Tournament is helping build the next generation of soccer stars by really exposing them to some of the best and brightest talent in the world. We'll have 8 MLS teams, we'll have 8 teams from the International Champions Cup, and we'll have 8 state teams throughout the United States, all playing down at the Disney ESPN Wide World of Sports at the Disney Orlando World Resort. That's going to happen between July 16th and the 22nd of this summer.
All right, and a question for John here. What does it mean to have the U.S. players challenging themselves against the best international competition?
Having the U.S. players challenging themselves against international competition brings out the best in the player. And when you go back to the U14 age group at the youth levels, there's nothing better to be introduced to the game at the next level than rubbing elbows with the internationals. So look, you're always going to want different competition. You're going to want a different platform. What Relevant has done here with the Futures is really kind of expose the game on a higher level and give these kids an opportunity to compete and play and prove themselves, to see where they're at, and not just for today and this summer, which is going to be fantastic, but for where they want to be in the future.
And for either of you, what can be done in the U.S. to encourage and grow more youth participation in soccer? And also, what's your take on the state of youth soccer in the U.S. today?
I think that this is something that, if you look at what this tournament does, it does inspire kids. And we talked about how in 2026, we've been given the World Cup. It's an incredible opportunity for us. And many of these kids playing in this tournament will aspire to be in the 2026 World Cup here in the U.S. Not just our kids from the States, but also players from all over the world for some of these great international soccer teams that we're seeing. So thanks to the likes of Rakuten, our partners Rakuten and Puma, and ESPN, we'll be able to give these opportunities to the kids to aspire to be great, to be part of that World Cup in 2026, to dream a little bit.
Yeah, and I also think, too, to echo a little bit of what Charlie said and then extend that, I think it gives us another opportunity to grow the culture of the love of the game in this country. And when you're in the younger age groups, you need something like that to hold on to. You need an idea. Well, innovative ideas are coming from Relevant, and the Futures Tournament is exactly what is needed right now in this country for development of the game, but development of the players. So I'm very excited for it.
And this tournament in Orlando, this upcoming tournament, what can families and parents expect at this tournament?
Families and participants can expect to see the best and the brightest young talent in the world that the world has to offer. The U.S. players are second to none at this under 14 level. And we're going to see the great MLS Academy players as well as state select team players. And of course, you're going to see the next Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, if you will, because these are the teams that they play in all over Europe and all over the world. But these teams will have some of the great players.
And all right, it all sounds good, guys. So where can we go for more information?
Go to the internationalchampionscup.com. Get all information on the International Champions Futures Tournament, as well as the Women's Tournament and the International Champions Cup Men's Tournament.
All right, Charlie and John, thank you so much. And we will have more sports news coming up for you after the break.